from Watkins, Glen International. This is week 2 of the Super Formulas for Monkey Mafia Esports, and we are underway as Red leads them off the line, followed by El Cochi on the way down the hill into the 90. Turn number 1, can't use the runoff. This isn't NASCAR, this is Super Formula. Side by side, Cochi's going to force him wide. Oh, and Cochi goes round. Yes, he does. That is a huge accident there off the start between our front row pole sitters there, as Red's going to lead them up the hill. Hector around the outside could potentially find a way around Red here for the top spot. Electric Blade in behind, trying to find his best. There's Hotspot on the inside. They're stacked up 2 abreast each row going into the backstretch bus stop chicane there, as we look at Hotspot on the back end of Marv on the way into the outer loop, the carousel as they call it. Iceman and McValue wheel to wheel, as that's Ray with a half a second penalty exiting the quarter. He'll have to serve that rather shortly, as Red does lead them through the back end of the lap now, through turns 6 and 7 and down the pit straight, and he will lead now by what appears to be initially a considerable margin over Hector in second. Hector's got Marv behind him in third. Marv around the outside, looking down the hill into the 90, and is he going to be able to try to make anything? Well, he's nearly forced off there. That's Hotspot. He's run slightly wide. I believe he may actually serve a half-second penalty for that. And yep, that does look like it'll be a penalty going his way, as here's Marv along the back end of Electric Blade and Hector. Does he try anything here into the chicane? Let's see. Oh, a little bit of jostling there. I believe Hector's actually gone slightly wide. Yes, he has. Hotspot goes up to 4th, although we'll lose that in a minute with the penalty that will be applied. Penalties applied to both Iceman and Hotspot. They'll decelerate now. That'll put McValue at a good spot here. He'll go around the outside and take both those spots. That being up to 4th now, as we look again at Marv. Ooh, a little bit of wiggle on the back end there. Electric Blade still second, and Red leads them. Down the pit straight into turn 1. Let's see if Hotspot tries anything inside here. It's not going to happen. He's going to go slightly wide. Oh, there goes War. War is spun around exiting the 90. He's buried it on the inside wall. He's got some wear on those medium tires, as well as some damage along the front. As El Cochi, despite the spin, still with the hards. It's Ray and Simeon. Ray, will he try something to the outside here? Actually, I thought he was going to go inside into the chicane in the number 13 car. It's not going to happen quite yet. He backs off, I think, rather safely. Simeon's actually gone slightly deep in there through the chicane. Who's that? Off in the distance, that's Iceman. He's gone way deep into the carousel. Tell you what, had gone nearly, I think, really clean off track there, as now we have a look here. McValue trying to defend that 4th spot from Hotspot. As we look again up towards the top end of the grid, Red does lead by a considerable margin. Electric Blade 2nd, Marv 3rd, McValue 4th, Hotspot 5th, and Say, who didn't get an opportunity actually to set down a qualifying time, started at the back end of the grid, was last week's race winner from the Daytona Road Course. Already up to 6th position so far, although, as you can see now, he's got a half-second time penalty for having gone wide, exiting turn 1. We'll have to see how detrimental that will be to his efforts as we look now. Hotspot to the back end of McValue as they make their way towards the carousel. Oh, a little bit wide there, it seems. Better acceleration on exit. You can see soft tires already heavily being used, especially that left front. I wonder if some of the other drivers are facing similar issues here. As actually, yeah, that's Red into the pit lane already. You can see exactly. A lot of wear on that left front, specifically the left front. Left rear's got a little bit as well. Right side's not too bad. I wonder, yep, Say's got similar issues. Hotspot, yeah, definitely, as he's actually going to go wide again. Marv on the softs, you can see he's well into the red at this point. Another half-second penalty coming the way of the 55 car. Let's see, how does he handle here? Does he try to attack while he can? He's looking to the outside. Heading towards the chicane. Let's see, and I think he's going to let go rather early here. That'd be quite a bit bold to try to attack into that corner. Say in behind. I think he'll be taking the 4th spot here after penalties applied. Wouldn't be surprised to see more drivers having a pit stop here. 33 laps. Oh, as Marv and Say appear to be on their way into the pit lane. Oh, goodness me. Say almost totally clobbered the barriers on the way in. That was dangerous, to say the least. Let's see what tires will go on the 77. It's going to be another set of softs. I tell you what, one of these definitely seems as if this is going to edge more closer to a two-stopper, definitely. I wonder if that's going to be the case. Say's gone with another set of softs, so yeah, he'd have to make another stop for a different compound. You'll see Marv's actually gone to the hards. Oh no, he's gone to the mediums, okay. All right, so soft medium so far for Say. That seems like kind of the popular option. A lot of discrepancy in the tire compound so far for the drivers. We've got hards for Marv, we've got hards for Red, mediums for War, mediums as well for Iceman. Back to hards with Simeon and as well for Kochi. Hotspot's still on the softs. He's actually going to go around another lap. He's, I think, the longest of the runners, having started on the softs. Oh, I was going to say Electric Blade, but McValue has gone round, clobbering the wall, exiting the 90. Oh, he's going to pull right on the track. Goodness me, that is as sketchy as it gets right there. Having a car swing round right in the path of oncoming traffic. This place got damage on the front end, but still, I wouldn't be surprised if Hotspot has a puncture here very shortly. That tire is holding on for dear life. So Electric Blade and Hotspot, the only two drivers to have yet to switch off of the soft tires. They're not even really going that bad on fuel as well. That's a car that's gone well wide back there. That was Simeon going off the exit of the carousel, taking the styrofoam was the advertising boards with him. Half a second penalty for him. So Electric Blade into the pit lane. Let's see what he chooses. He's going to refuel here totally, as well as Hotspot's on his way in as well. Full fuel load for Electric Blade. And has he gone to the hards? Not sure. I believe surely he's gone to the hards here. This is actually, for what it's worth, quite a long pit lane to escape here. No, he's gone to the mediums, okay. What did Hotspot end up doing? I believe he's gone to the hards. We'll find out here momentarily. Yep, racing hards for him. So that promotes Hector to the top spot. As we are about to enter the 9th lap of the race here out of the scheduled 33. Red has the fastest lap currently. It's Hector the top spot. Ray in second. Both these drivers appear to have started on the hards. Iceman actually in a great battle with El Kochi here for the 3rd position. Down the hill into turn 1. And kind of thought Kochi was gaining on Iceman there for a minute. Not quite. Here's War looking like he can make a move for the 5th position. Let's see what happens here. In towards the chicane. I'd be surprised to see anybody really make a move into that chicane here. As well, I was going to say, I stand corrected there temporarily, as I thought Red was going to have it on McValue. Not quite. Marv will lead this train of drivers from 9th onward into the chicane now, followed by Say and Electric Blade, who appears to have a half-second penalty. Hotspot back there in P12. I think maybe just conserving a little bit, knowing that he was towards the back end on drivers who have actually made that stop. A lot of the drivers that started on the softs pit rather early. He went as long as he possibly could. Same as that as Electric Blade. Only difference being Electric Blade actually has a little bit of talent. Oh boy, I'm too hard on myself, aren't I? Hector leads Ray second, and Ray has now got half a second of a penalty. I believe he's gone wide exiting 1. Iceman in 3rd, Kochi in 4th. Kochi and War actually side by side here. And there's Simeon as well. It's 3 abreast entering the chicane, or at least nearly. I think they kind of sorted themselves out there temporarily. Simeon's going to go wide in the dirt. He's still side by side with War here, as Kochi's going to pick up a full second now. Exiting turn 5, 3 wide, heading towards turn 6. And oh goodness me, it's all sorts of jumbled up here on the way through. That's actually going to allow McValue now to the inside. And Red as well. Kochi's going to go quite wide there through turn 7. Yeah, so Kochi's lost quite a few positions there in just those couple of corners. Down into the first corner, Simeon had the outside. McValue. Was it a little bit of a jump there? Not a jump, a dive? It's kind of tough to tell. I didn't think it was too Ridiculous of a dive. Oh, contact! Lots of contact! And Simeon, well, he's taken that position, not very cleanly. At least on this view, of course, it's difficult to say. This is obviously a replay of the event having been completed a couple of days ago now, so who knows. Simeon, it looks like, is given that spot back. I don't know if that was... Oh, Kochi must have had to serve another penalty. He's taken a little while to get back up to speed. Hot spot is Lonesome in 12th. About a third of the way through the race now. Hector still leads. Iceman in second, although under pressure potentially from Ray Ray. As we go along board here with the 13. .33 laps the scheduled distance. Reminder, next time out we head to Laguna Seca for round number 3 of this Super Formula Championship. Looking to be a fun one, to say the least, as we get towards the business end of the American section of this championship. Simeon appears to have a half-second penalty here. And yep, so looks like he was gaining on red there temporarily. Didn't quite have the ability to reel him in after penalties applied. Hector now going wide through turn 1. Let's see, does that book him with a penalty? It hasn't for the time being. Huh. Iceman and Ray Ray still for the second spot. This actually looks like it could be heating up here momentarily. War and McValue for the 4th position. In through the chicane they go. War still has the advantage, although I tell you what, that's car in behind of McValue way down to the inside now. That could be the position gain there for McValue. Oh, it's still wheel-to-wheel heading towards turn 6. Value going to be on the outside. War on the bottom line has it for now. Value tucks back in line. Now down to the bottom. I think we didn't have the cleanest go through that corner. War does still lead. Red has actually entered this battle as well as we go along with the... Red now to the outside of Value. He'll take the 5th spot. Value does appear to have some damage on the front end of that car. I'm not entirely sure what he ended up hitting quite recently, but it appears he's hit something. 2 seconds of penalty for Simeon. What's happened there? Not sure why Simeon has taken 2 seconds of penalty. We didn't quite get the opportunity to see what had happened to him, as he'll have to slow down here. And sorry, I apologize. That was Red ahead. Was able to get around Value. Value appeared to have half a second of penalty, which he had to serve. It's actually going to put Kochi to the back end of Say here, as Iceman from the 3rd position comes in, is going to take those medium tires off of his number 18 car. And sure to refuel here. I would assume he's going to be going to the hards. Could be wrong. Let's see. What did he start on? Did he start on the softs? I'm not sure. We'll check back with him in a little bit. Battle for the 4th position. Simeon again with half a second of penalty, as Kochi is going to surely have this one as they head down the straight here into the chicane. Let's see what Kochi decides to do. And again, not a lot of pressure. Oh, he's going to go quite wide into the grass. Goes Kochi. That car all sorts of tore up suddenly, and I believe what's happened, he's actually clipped the barrier on the inside entering the chicane. You can see the damage on the right front of the car, and as well as the front wing. Marv is going to take the outside, Simeon to the inside, and so Marv will gain 2 spots there, up to 5th for him. That was a wild incident for Kochi, as Kochi now into the pit lane, so all the spots he's gained has lost. Hot spot still on the hards, up to 9th now. As Kochi off of the hards, refueling. I believe, has he started the race on those hard tires? That's what I would assume. Those things were quite worn. Hector still leads, although very low on fuel. I'd assume he'll be making his way in this time by. Let's Let's see, does he decide to make his way in? Yes, he does. Okay, so the leader of Hector into the pit lane. Ray, I would assume, will be making his way in this time by as well in that 13 car. A lot of tributes to Kyle Busch this weekend, which was phenomenal to see. Ray, Hector, Red, and not Say. Say still has quite a little bit of fuel left. Those medium tires do look like they've taken a beating. However, the left front as well as the left rear, although not nearly as bad as the left front, as he will take the lead. Last week's race winner from the Daytona Road Course, in a race that I wouldn't say he dominated, but once he took the lead, he never looked back. That's for sure. Currently in control of this one, followed by Electric Blade. I would guess about halfway into his stint on those mediums. Simeon behind him on the hards, although looks like nearly out of fuel, so he'll be stopping probably this time by. Hotspot still in about half a tank of fuel, as well as doing okay on the hard tires for the time being. Hector not that far behind him. Fresh hard tires, fresh tank of fuel. And as well as Iceman actually in 6th has chosen the mediums on that previous stop, it appears. McValue as well has taken the mediums. Looking behind, Ray's actually got a 3-second penalty there. I can assume that's for crossing the pit lane line, whether that be on the way in or the way out, I'm not sure. Comes back on the track, having gone wide at the back end of the chicane, nearly goes into red on the way out of the corner. It's a 3-second penalty there for the 13 car. That's going to allow War to have this position almost certainly, and yes it does, up to 9th for the number 2. Electric Blade now at the top spot as we're in the middle of the pit cycle here. Electric Blade on the medium tires, about a quarter of a tank of fuel left. Hot spot on the hards with about that same amount. Hector and McValue battling for 3rd now. We'll go along with Value in the slipstream of Hector. Down the stretch towards the chicane. Let's see, does Value try anything here? He's going to have a look at the left side. Hector maintains that right-hand line and keeps the spot for now. Value's going to try to go wide at the carousel, taking it round the outside. Look at this. Beautiful racing here, wheel to wheel. Little bit of tire rub going on there, nothing more. Hector's going to stay in control for now. A little bit of contact on the back end. Hector still in control of this in the 3rd spot. Swerves back to the left side, defends the braking zone. Around the outside, did not get the best launch off of turn 1. Value tried to go and found the rear wing of Hector, and that has halted his progress then. Let's see what Value tries to do now. As Iceman coming into the back end of the picture here as these two continue to battle. Value still doesn't have much in the way of an attack, goes wide on the exit. Tries to find the outside line again, chooses to switch back to the inside. A little bit of contact with the right rear of Hector. And I think he was having some good momentum there, but just having the contact, I think he kind of backed himself off. He chose peace on that one. As that is Hotspot entering the pit lane from the 4th position. On a quarter tank of fuel. This seems like a very early stop here for the 55 car. As well, running the Kyle Busch tribute with the Hendrick number 5 font. Bold strategy here. He's gone on a slight bit of an undercut on the 2nd stint. Let's see what he chooses to do here. I'm assuming, will it be another set of hards? Will it be mediums? I'm not entirely sure. Certainly got enough fuel to last him to the end of the race. I'm worried about the tires, though. Electric Blade leads this one. Hector under pressure from McValue. Value, however, has a 2nd penalty that he will have to serve at the next line coming up. Not now. I guess maybe next time by he'll serve it. Let's see, does he choose an overtake here? Again, right up the back end of Hector here. Pause. Exits turn 7. Down the pit straight they go. And his Value still all over the rear wing of Hector on the way into turn 1. Oh, lots of contact that time. Hector still has the position. Iceman watches on and hopes for calamity between these two. This is for the 2nd position. Value, does he choose the inside? Nearly into the grass. Hector's going to choose the inside line. Value goes to the left. Tucks then back in line. Some great defending from Hector. Oh, Value goes deep through the 2nd phase of the chicane. gets into the side of Hector, and it's not going to matter as Value's going to take the spot, but will have to serve the penalty at the line, and does. Hector pulls back ahead, and that was a very good battle. Unfortunate for Value, who did have the penalty as Iceman to the inside, and he will take third. So Value does lose 2 positions there in the span of the corner. Oh, he's going to spin nearly into the pit lane. I tell you what, some great car control there to be actually able... it appears he's actually left the lobby. That's exactly what it looks like. So Value leaves off of what was initially appearing to be a halfway decent run for him. Yeah, that's a shame. Electric Blade still in the top spot. Hector second. Iceman now in third. Red has marched his way back up to fourth. War in fifth. Say in sixth. Ray seventh. It's going to be Marvin Simeon here. Actually in a very tight battle for the 8th spot. Simeon with a half a second of penalty. Simeon is going to choose the outside on the way towards the chicane, and Simeon is going to outpower the Canadian of Marv for the 8th spot. Although again, he's got that half a second penalty for exceeding track limits. Let's see. On the outside, he's rather pulled off the track there. It slows down. And I tell you what, I think Marv may have made somewhat of a mistake there, because Simeon has served that penalty and has somehow been able to stay ahead. Kochi 10th, Hotspot still 11th, although for what it's worth, Hotspot's starting to reel in Kochi here on those medium tires he's chosen. Okay, he'll have to go quite a ways on those mediums. That might be a mistake. Not sure. Electric Blade getting low on fuel. He'll make his way into the pit lane this time. That will, well, I don't want to say hand the lead over to Hector. It might. But Electric Blade into the pit stall. Let's see what tires he chooses here. Surely a full refuel for the 93. I would assume perhaps another set of mediums, being at only 9 laps to go. Check back with him in a minute. Hector leads. Iceman second. Red has now made his way back to third. Still about a half a tank of fuel. And I'd say enough life on those hards to maybe get to the end of the race. It's going to be War in fourth. Say has gone wide exiting turn 1. He may have to serve a penalty for that. Ray in sixth. Electric Blade has gone to the mediums. He'll come out of the pit lane in 7th. Right up the gearbox of Ray. Marv takes 8th. Kochi 9th. Hotspot will move up to 10th as Simeon enters and exits the pit lane, having only refueled to about 2/3 of a tank here. As the grid's slightly spread out now. Good battle potentially for the 4th position here as Say looking to close in on War. Heading down the backstretch now, entering the chicane. And he's not going to be close enough to make anything happen this time. I think Say have to take a fuel left. I don't know if he's maybe slightly conserving a little bit, which did happen in Daytona. There was a couple of drivers that got caught out on fuel towards the back end of the race. Not enough conservation done. So that'll be in the minds of the drivers this evening. Ray and Electric Blade, potentially a good battle here. We'll go along with Electric Blade. Even further behind, we've got Kochi and Marv there. For a minute, looked like they were side by side. Nothing came of it. Ray exits turn 7, slightly wide. Electric Blade's going to have a good run here. Just a sliver of overtake being used into the braking zone at 1. Ray's going to go a little bit deep there. I don't think Electric Blade made contact. Slightly loose exiting the curb. And Electric Blade down to the inside. He'll take the 6th position in that 93 car. Ray still in pursuit. Tell you what, let's see if maybe Ray can make something happen here. Electric Blade on those fresh mediums. It'll be a tall task. And through the chicane. And yeah, the grip that Electric Blade's got there. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was not a good trip through the chicane there for Ray. That car has lost so much ground off of that. Did look well out of shape. as Marv holds the spot for now on Kochi. Hot spot kind of on the back end of this battle. Might, at the very least, see the drivers in his tunnel vision here, and potentially maybe he can edge his way closer. We'll have to wait and see. Simeon in 11th. Battle shaping up here for the 8th position. Kochi. We may actually have a look at Marv here. Nah, again, he's going to choose to back off on the way in through the chicane. Marv's actually going to go deep on the second phase of it. Kochi, does he try the outside? Oh, for a second there, I thought he would. Not quite. As War's going to enter the pit lane now. That is kind of a late stop there, has to be said. Onto the hard tires, chose not to refuel. Potentially War being caught out there on tire strategy. As that'll promote Marv to the 7th position. Kochi to, thought 9th. Yep, okay. So Kochi to 8th, Hotspot to 9th, War to 10th. After the pit stop there, but he's going to rejoin the back end of this battle. May have a say of it here. Hotspot on the back end of Kochi. Heading towards the chicane. I tell you what, the left side medium tires of Hotspot, that is worrying. With still a fair amount of racing to go, I'm not sure he can make the end in the current state of it. It's now a 4-car battle suddenly for the 7th spot, headed by Marv. To the inside now is Kochi. We have a yellow flag ahead. Somebody appears to have gone round and it's gone away. Hotspot and Kochi, potential contact there. As Hotspot and War now side by side exiting the 7th corner. Down the pit straight they go. Ray into the pit lane. Wheel to wheel, all 4 drivers in this battle. It's Kochi using the way outside of the track there, trying to get some good acceleration on Marv. Let's see. Didn't get penalized for it. 3-car battle for the 6th position here. Marv leads. Kochi trying to go low. Marv tries to defend. Kochi into the chicane. Makes it happen. I tell you what, when the going got tough there, Kochi made it happen. Oh, no. I thought so. As it turns out, he's got a full second of penalty. That'll have to be served next time by. I think it was, maybe there's a second phase of the chicane. The game wasn't happy with it. Ward, I'll tell you what, maybe a little bit of contact there, actually, as that's going to allow Hotspot now down to the inside. Looks like he'll take the 8th spot, wheel to wheel as they go. Kochi's still around the outside. Hotspot takes the safety of the inside line there. So with just a couple of laps to go now, Red has the top spot unchallenged by Electric Blade in 2nd, Hector in 3rd, although Hector with a 3-second penalty. And I tell you what, Say is going to be right up his gearbox here after that penalty. Say is going to take 3rd. That 3-second penalty after having gone wide, either entering or exiting the yellow lines in the pit lane, you can see there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Tough to say. As it turns out, Hotspot has eventually gotten around Kochi. Kochi seems to have fallen slightly behind. Oh, he's quite... Those tires are very worn, aren't they, on the hards? But I tell you what has to be said. Hotspot, look at that left front. Oh, and he's gone well deep there through turn 1. That car's going to need to stop again. There is no way that left side tire can hold on for another lap here. Another 2 laps, actually, to find the end of the Grand Prix. Marv's got a half-a-second penalty. War in 6th. As with 2 laps to go now, Red leads them down into turn 1. Electric Blade in 2nd. Say in 3rd. Hector 4th, although Hector, could he potentially be on for the fastest lap here? Let's see. Exiting turn 7. Oh, he's going to be just shy, isn't he? His best lap of the session, but is shy of the fastest lap by 0.2 of a second, Hector. As Iceman has a penalty. And there goes Hotspot in the pit lane. Yeah, that left front totally done. With plenty of fuel left as well. That's a shame. Should have just taken the hards. Yeah, quite the shame there for Hotspot, as he'll be relegated down to the 11th position now. As Red will begin the final lap of the race here. Having started from pole, seems as if he's played the strategy correctly today. Everybody else was just a smidge behind on being able to make it happen. Although, that being said, Say working his way back to third, having started at the rear of the grid. Nicely done for him. Still just the final lap to go here. As Hotspot may have to cede position to Electric Blade here. Rounding the carousel for the final time. It is going to be that of Red. Actually, looks like he may allow Kochi past here. Yes, he does. Hotspot now with a half a second penalty, which will serve following the conclusion of the session. Although it's not going to matter in P11. He's gone wide again. Out of the final quarter. Started on pole, finishes P1. It's Red taking the victory here at Watkins Glen. Wonderful race for him. Electric Blade in second has done well on himself. Uses every ounce of fuel that he possibly could. And Say, after having started from the rear, will take the final step of the podium. It'll be Hector in fourth. As it appears, Kochi has actually secured the fastest lap with a 53.291. That beat the previous fastest lap by about 0.4 of a second. It's Hector fourth, Iceman fifth, War in sixth. It'll be Marv coming around the line in seventh on very low fuel as well. Ray will take eighth, Simeon ninth, and it'll eventually be Kochi in 10th, and Hotspot, having already finished, rounds out the grid P11. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in this week once again. Next time out, we head to Laguna Seca for what should be another fun edition of the Super Formula Series. For Hotspot, it's been a pleasure joining you once again for this one. Congratulations to Red, and we'll see you next time.